What's up? What's up? What's up? And welcome to another edition of Man's World. I am the host with the most, Mr. Desmond Mosby. I'm gonna start off a little something different today. My wife actually suggested this, so y'all bear with me. We were just watching one of our last episodes, so actually our season one finale, and just kind of going through just some things and kind of critiquing some things and seeing what we can improve on. But one of the things she suggested is that we introduce ourselves. She says some of the ones that she listens to, they introduce themselves every episode. And really, all I do is give y'all an opportunity to say hi to the people. So I want to take this time out to allow us to introduce ourselves, maybe give a little something about ourselves, maybe people don't know. As always, I'm Desmond Mosby. If you don't know by now, I am the brains behind Man's World. I came up with this about 2014 and really started kicking off the ground in 2016 when we did our first episode. I am the husband of one, the father of three beautiful children, and that's me. Right now, I'm gonna kick it over to my brother Blake, and Blake, you'll do the same thing. You'll kick it over to somebody, and we'll go like that.
Um, my name is Blake. I live in Alexandria, Virginia. Um, I work with individuals with special needs. I'm a bachelor status. So keep note of that. And I'll go ahead and kick it to Nando.
My name's Fernando. Everybody calls me Nando or Bubba, as my wife and kids like to call me. Um, Happily married for 8 years now. Um, there's not a lot of people who don't know about me. I'm pretty open. Yeah. Go ahead, Jamal.
Yeah, Javon Haskins, born and raised in the LBG. Um, I too, like Blake, am a bachelor, so we will see. But anyway, uh, yeah, my passions are acting, photography, bowling, and just hanging out, playing games, board games like that. And that's really it about me. Just like to have fun.
Y'all giving out cities and stuff. I ain't giving out that much information. Them Russians gonna find y'all.
If they ain't found us yet.
you, you right about that. They probably already know. But to our adoring fans, welcome to another episode of Man's World, season 3. Once again, we are moving along. And yo, guess what? Guess what, y'all? Guess what? Y'all can't see it, but I can. Guess who here, y'all? My brother Fisch in the building.
What is going on? Hey, I had to get some free time here. It's been crazy. Sorry, Blake, I'm moving out of Northern Virginia, but it's been crazy the last couple of weeks.
I don't blame you.
Oh my
my brother's so stressed. Y'all see that gray on the side of his head, man.
Woo!
Woo!
Oh yeah.
Welcome to fatherhood.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And just think, we're gonna get another one too. Too. So yeah. I'll only be one behind both. Yeah, Desmond, I'll be one behind you, and Fernando. Yeah, Fernando, you have 3 also children, right? 4.
4.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
I know. Wait. He's not just gonna go by and say that and then we didn't hear that.
They go black. He went black.
We're not. Yeah, we're not pregnant. Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. I said I didn't know that.
No,
I'm about to say Jamal ain't sharing nothing with me.
Because I didn't know. I didn't know.
Well,
no, it's been. Yeah.
Fisch, we want you to take this opportunity to at least introduce yourself to the fans. My wife actually suggested that we take an opportunity on an episode to kind of introduce ourselves. Nothing major, so just whatever you want to share with the people.
Absolutely, Mike Fisch. This is what, season 3 now?
Season 3, brother.
And I remember when I was there to film it when you, Jamon, and Blake did it at Blake's apartment, I think.
Yes.
Woo-hoo.
Oh my God, that was what was the name? I forgot. That was somewhere off of Forest, right? That used to live Blake.
Was it
Yeah.
Lakeside?
It was
Lakeside.
those apartments on Lakeside. I remember that.
Yeah.
What
Yep.
a fun time that was.
I'm just like Blake. I'm up in Northern Virginia here. Although in 2 months, supposed to be moving to Richmond, so be a lot closer to Lynchburg. Do a lot of video work and instructional learning on the side. And yeah, I just love talking to you guys. I miss you guys. It's been crazy with trying to sell a house and having a newborn, and work has opened up a little bit, so I've been doing a lot of traveling on the weekends. But yeah, it's great to be back here again.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's great to have you. It's great to have all
Oh,
my
yeah.
brothers here together. It's crazy reminiscing sometimes about where this was at one point and where we are right now. Obviously, as Fisch mentioned and Jamon has mentioned, and I'm sure Blake has said on several occasions as well, is we started our first episode back in what was it, 2016? In
Yeah.
Blake's apartment. At that time, Fisch was basically our technical guy. Like he was the one behind the camera. And when we kind of revamped and came back, I was like, y'all, I need Fisch. I need Fisch on. Like I don't want him solely just to be the camera guy. I want him to be the guy on with us because he's one of our brothers. We brought our brother Fernando on, and that initial episode featured a young man by the name of Roman Franklin. Shout out to my boy Roman. We miss you, brother. Hey, maybe one day Roman's back on here. Maybe he takes my place. I don't know, but we'll see. But definitely shout out to you, Roman. And an idea once an idea turned into reality for us, and now here we are, season 3, episode 3, in what promises to be a phenomenal episode. So much so that I don't want to take this opportunity away from the episode. I don't want to talk about anything going on in the news other than Duke lost to Virginia Tech in the ACC tournament. That's all I'll say. So there goes that. But want to turn it over to my brother Blake because we have something phenomenal for you all today. And we're going to get to talking. I want to spend the most time talking about this. So, Blake, I turn it over to you for episode 3. Kiss My As-trology.
All right, kiss my astrology. All right, I feel like I'm delayed right now, and I don't know if it's my internet. Does it feel like I'm delayed? I'm lagging.
A little bit.
Might have to cut off that air fryer, sir.
I feel like this is the Cowboys 49ers game all over again that we were watching.
You gotta. I think it's that air fryer that's messing everything up, sir.
I don't know.
Got some messed up frequencies there.
Yeah, those frequencies are messing up.
The frequency is not on point right now.
You said Alexandria. You said Alexandria on live, and the Russians were like, "Oh, tap in."
Right. Okay, so today, fellas, we are going to talk about zodiac signs. Everybody, hopefully, has done their homework and has researched their zodiac signs. And we're going to go over that. So before we get into everybody's sign, I think in this group here, we have 3 water signs. That will be myself, Jamon, and Mike. And then we have a fire. That's Nando. And then I believe air is Desmond. That's Aquarius. So I did a little bit of research.
You can't have fire and water without air.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
I was about to say Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
We got a little mixture here in the group, so that's good. So I think let's see.
Fisch remembers Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Remember the parking lot?
That's a whole different story.
So we have 2 cancers here. That's myself and Jamal. So I research famous cancers. We have Kathy Bates, Ariana Grande, Khloe Kardashian, Solange, Tom Cruise, and Vin Diesel. Those are the cancers. And so then we have the fire sign, that's Aries. Famous Aries are Lady Gaga, Jackie Chan, Hugh Hefner, Akon, Maya Angelou. Let's see.
Solid list.
Yeah, and honestly, low key, even though I don't want to admit this, the list of Aquarians are definitely
I can
top
do mine.
tier, I would
I can do
say.
mine. I can do mine. We
Oh
got
yeah,
we
please,
got, we
sir,
got
go ahead.
Magnum PI, Tom Selleck. We got my wife's favorite actress, Jennifer Aniston. We got Oprah Winfrey, who was actually born on my day, January 29th. We have Chris Rock. We got Ellen DeGeneres. We got Evan Peters. So for all of y'all American Horror Story fans out there, Evan Peters, big dog. We got Franklin Delano Roosevelt. We got Abraham Lincoln. We got Ronald Reagan. We got Cristiano Ronaldo. We got J. Cole. J. Cole in the building. We got Alicia Keys. We got Michael B. Jordan, Killmonger. And we got Michael Jordan. Boom.
You left off Meg the Stallion.
Every group has one.
You left Meg the Stallion off the list.
We also got Princess Diana.
And the room got quiet. No, I'm just playing. I'm joking. I love Princess Diana.
And we got Selena Gomez.
He said Selena Gomez, didn't you?
Did you say that?
Are you talking about us, Jamon?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Selena is one. Who else you got?
I said Diana, Princess Diana, Elon Musk.
We got Asada Shakur.
Yeah, no names really stand out to me. Go ahead with the next list. Who have you done Fernando's? Have you done Aries?
I did though. I did.
Did you
He has some good ones. I would say Jackie Chan will be the most notable one.
Jackie Chan is the man.
Nice.
Did you do Pisces?
No, I didn't do Pisces because I wasn't sure that Fisch was gonna be here.
Fisch,
I got Justin Bieber born on my birthday. How about that?
Ooh.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Okay.
I got Justin Bieber. I'm trying to think the other person off the top of my head that was born on my birthday, which is March 1st. Funny story, actually. I was born, and I almost would not have been able to do this because I was born at 1 in the afternoon, but I was born on March 1st. If I was born 13 hours earlier, I'd be a February 29th birthday.
Oh, snap. That would have been dope.
Yeah.
Any of y'all know any February 29th birthdays? Any babies that were born on February 29th?
Yeah, my daughter's best friend, her niece is born on February 29th.
That's what's up.
This is. I actually have a question about that, and I want to know kind of what she does. Does she celebrate on? Does she kind of carry it over as like a 2-day celebration in a way, to where she can use the 28th and the 1st?
No, she just typically sticks to the 28th.
Gotcha.
That's what's up.
She's the tallest 6-year-old ever.
That's what I was about to say. Like, does she celebrate like every 4 years, or how does it work, man? That's always been interesting to me. That's kind of cool though. You also have Rihanna, Fisch.
I do have Rihanna. That's right.
Rihanna is a Pisces.
So I'm good when it comes to the musical category.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely, ain't nothing wrong with that whatsoever. So if you haven't really been paying attention and you kind of want to know what we are, I am an Aquarius. As Blake said, we have the 2 Cancers. Fisch is a Pisces, and his last name is Fisch. And Fernando is an Aries.
Yes. So let's see where we'll go to now. All right, we'll go to Jamon. Jamon, after researching your zodiac sign, do you feel that it's accurate or not?
Well, I read on mine some this morning and last night, and I believe mine is almost pegged on.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
You say you read on this morning some and last night. Was that the only research you did?
And what we talked about last week at your house, sir.
Got you.
Yeah.
Oh, I was about to say you weren't ready last week then.
No. What we did last week, how we talked about it last week and stuff like that. But yeah, it says that, hey, we attract friends through loyalty, commitment, and emotional depth. And that's pretty much describes me, commitment and emotional depth. I don't think I'm, and Desmond's going to probably totally disagree with this. I don't think I'm that emotional, but I think I am more emotional than most. That I don't like to see a lot of conflict. I don't like to see a lot of static in situations. Now emotional. I mean, I won't sit here and cry during every movie I see and stuff like that. But I'm the kind of person that I'm more tenderhearted. Like, man, I ain't heard from that person in a while. Let me call them. Or is that person mad at me? Or let me. That person lost his job last time. Let me go ahead and pay for the lunch. I'm like that. I'm more based off of feelings and being, sympathetic toward people more than just like stoic and like, hey, F them. We're gonna move on. I don't do that. And it says that also cancers we rule by the stomach. And there's nothing more than what we like than a home cooked meal. Now that's 1,000% me. Um, Anytime you have a home cooked meal, I will be there. Any cookouts that's happening, I will be there. I will try my best to attend a home cooked meal over a burger at McDonald's or Burger King or something like that. I do like my collard greens. Yesterday, I went for the first time to Mission Barbecue. I've never had that before, but unbelievable. Unbelievable. It was a 10 plus on my book. So I like my home cooked meals. I do like that. Passive aggressiveness. Yeah, that's me too. As I said, I don't like to see a lot of static. And, if people are going to ask me what's wrong, they're going to have to dig a little bit more for me to tell them exactly what's wrong.
That's
As
not
I,
what you said. That's not what you said last week. When we
I
said
did say that.
no, when we said something about passive aggressive last week, you was like, "No, that's not me."
Well, then I
I
thought
remember that
about it, sir. I did think about it. But as I said, I'm you're gonna have to kind of dig for me to be like, all right, this is what's wrong. This is what's happening with me. You're gonna have to dig a little bit more for me to actually tell you what's up. But once I tell you, you better go get a glass of wine because I'm gonna be there for a minute to tell you exactly what you were searching for. So you might get tired of listening to me, but if you want to ask me, you got it. So. But as I said, with me, Blake, it was pretty pegged on, man. And I mean, it was maybe there's a couple I didn't agree with, but other than that, it had me good.
So
I seen Jamon in a card game a couple weekends ago, and he wasn't winning, and he put the card down. Well, we were reading the cards because the game was you had to read the card and figure out which one was the funniest. The judge had to, and as we were reading the cards, as the cards are being read, we were laughing at them, and the judge picked which one they thought was the funniest. And each time Jamon's card wasn't picked, Jamal will reach for his card and say, "Come on now, did you not read this? Did you not read this? This is funny."
To this very moment, you know who you are. I did receive that card, so
There's a little bit of that emotional side.
yeah, I agree. I get a little bit competitive, but competitive was not one of the attributes of our zodiac sign, was it, Blake?
I wouldn't say competitiveness, but sensitivity will be one.
Who you pointing at? You pointing at the wrong way, y'all, sir.
No, I'm not. I was pointing at Blake.
Huh?
Oh, you still pointing the wrong way.
Yeah, you pointing the wrong way. Yeah.
I was doing the.
Oh, he's doing okay.
Got it.
Anyway, yeah, that's what's up.
Okay. Now let me see. I think we can move to Desmond.
Oh, go right for it, huh? Come right to the Aquarius.
Yeah.
Because we are the zodiac sign that everyone loves to hate. Ah, yes,
Exactly.
indeedy. Get over yourself, Blake. Stop being a Cancer right now. Mine. I feel was pretty accurate. I must say. What it says about me is that my strengths include that I'm progressive, I'm original, I'm independent, I'm a humanitarian. Aquariuses are known as the humanitarians of the zodiac. We always want to be able to fix and heal the world and do what we can for the betterment of mankind and not so much ourselves. But in that same regard, we can become a little aloof, a little detached, and in some regards can be all so encompassing of our worldly ideas or our own ideas that we kind of forget or tend to throw away some of the other things that people are kind of putting in. So sometimes what we'll do is we'll be so wrapped up in what we think is right and say is right that we won't necessarily take in consideration sometimes what else somebody else might bring to the table. So I do feel like mine was on point and accurate. Um, I also looked at what my likes are. My likes are I like fun with friends. I like risky business. I like fighting for causes. I like intellectual conversations. Anybody knows me knows that my wife will tell you this. I am a firm believer that when I ask a question and your response is because, that is not an answer to me whatsoever.
Woo! Yeah.
I am a deep person, so I tend to dig deeper. I tend to stretch for what the actual answer is because I want to know, and I strive for those intellectual conversations.
Nice.
My dislikes appear to be limitation, broken promises, being lowly, in dull or boring situations. I also tend, as an Aquarius, to not like authority. Go figure. But Blake, I did a little extensive research. So I went even farther. So not only did I do what an Aquarius is, I did research. I did my birth chart. I actually did my birth chart. So I put in my birth date, my time, and it gave me basically my sun status, my moon status, my Mercury status, all of that. And so my when talking about your sun as well as the moon and the 12 planets, I found out that the sun represents our ego, the moon represents our dark emotional selves, how we display comfort, who we are when we are alone. Mercury is how we communicate with people. Venus tends to be our love language. Mars tends to be our sexual desires, will, and motivation. Jupiter is mental and spiritual growth. Saturn is responsibility, your limitations, any restrictions you have. Uranus is progression and enlightenment, innovation. Neptune is spirituality, dreams and illusions. Pluto is the renewal, rebirth, beginnings and endings. So if you do a star chart, I encourage each one of you to do your birth chart because it'll get more in depth and more detail about these areas as well. What's your love language like? How are you in response to Venus, or how you respond to Jupiter. I found that very interesting.
Yeah, you just taught me something new. I didn't even think to go that far. For real, for real.
I guess I'm Miss Cleo then.
Yeah, call me now. So, all right, I think we can check in on Dondo. Do you feel like your based off your research, it was accurate? Aries, fire.
So let me say that before you mentioned it, what was it, a month ago, 2 months ago, I never looked at my sign. I knew what my sign was, but I never looked into it at all. I'm just lead with that. I don't really believe in astrology or the signs, meaning and dictating things. Just my personal belief. That being said,
Until he read it.
my wife thoroughly believes that I am an Aries to the T. Competitive, unafraid of conflict, honest and direct in most things. One of the things that one of the articles I read, this was maybe a week ago, it said something about needing God, what was the term? When needing validation. And so she pointed out to me how when like things happen that I disagree with and I ask her if I'm wrong, right? Like that's basically me asking for validation. And I do that a lot. And she says it leads to me getting irritated if she doesn't agree with me, which I think some of the negative traits I read were like impatient, impulsive, quick tempered,
Slick
which is
mouth.
true. Was that?
I said slick mouth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's just based off my experience with somebody else in my life that's an Aries. Y'all
Yeah.
mouth can get very slick.
I do have a problem with
Sure.
controlling my temper sometimes and letting things come out that either I don't mean or shouldn't have said to begin with. But it also said that my anger's quick to go away, which is also true about me, right? But
Unless you're talking about the 49ers.
right, yeah.
Then it doesn't go away.
Then it really doesn't go. It stays with you.
It seeps and just festers.
I'm logging off. No, there's a lot of things that I think are true in reading them, and sometimes I wonder though if like while I was reading the articles and doing the research, if I'm like looking for examples of these things, right? Like, am I trying to get confirmation of these things, looking for examples that match it instead of all the times that they don't. I mean, I don't have anything against people that believe in astrology. You like what you like, you believe what you believe. But that being said, there were a lot of things that matched with my personality. I mean, what do y'all think? I talked to y'all.
I mean, yeah, as far as that, like, I kind of take it like kind of with a grain of salt, because at the end of the day, if somebody is a shitty person, their zodiac sign is not gonna be based off that. That's just who they are at the end of the day. But I do look at it as it's very accurate, from my perspective, some aspects of personalities or how a person is, and that's just off, people that I've dealt with, on the different, that have the different signs or whatever.
Yeah, my wife said something. Andrea said something that really made sense to me, because a couple of the articles I read said that Aries are like optimistic and impulsive or spontaneous, and I didn't think that was me at all. But she reminded me of times before we got married and before we had kids, how I was always like at the drop of a hat, hey, let's go here, let's go there, or I blame a lot on moving into a call center for doing IT work and stuff on a lot of changes in my personality, specifically like my optimism level, right? And you think about how depression can affect your personality, whether you deal with it on an ongoing basis or short-term period. And like a lot of those things that I read that I disagreed with, she pointed out to me like, hey, before we did this or before you took this job, like this is how you were. So, I mean, as much as as I said, I don't believe in it. You can't always. I mean, I can't disagree with the facts that she put forth either. And like her, she's a Taurus, and when I was doing research on hers, like everything is spot on for her. Everything.
I think I think it in that regard because you mentioned her being a Taurus. I did the research on my wife, and I've truly believed, like as a Gemini, some of the strengths that it says that a Gemini exhibits is so far from my wife whatsoever, or so far from the person um, that it says I guess you should be as a Gemini. Now, some of them other attributes, other personality traits, they were a lot of her. But it identified her as an outgoing person, as a Gemini, as a person that is playful. She's playful and intellectually curious. But that one thing I guess that stood out to me that was like, yeah, this really isn't my wife is her being a social butterfly. She's not that whatsoever. So to Fernando's point, I mean, and to Blake's point again as well, I mean, it certainly can be that in some aspects these qualities do apply to us and can be the backdrop for what we are as individuals, but it doesn't necessarily dictate that always in every certain situation, which is interesting.
Okay. And so now we have Fish. Were you able to research your sign? I believe Pisces,
Yep.
my
Yep.
understanding.
The fishes.
So
Yeah.
it's me, you, and mine, the three water people.
Yep.
So
I've
what's up
seen
with
that.
you? What's up with you?
So there are some strengths that I did like about it. I am pretty compassionate, intuitive. I like to be pretty gentle. So a lot of those really hit home. Um, there was one where I saw that Pisces was, I guess, musical. I never really considered myself like a musical inclined person. I tried the recorder a long time ago in the fourth grade, like everybody else has, and didn't really, go too well for me. So I don't necessarily know that musical fits my strengths, but a lot of the other strengths that they had really, kind of honed and set the tone with who I am as a person. I did see a couple of weaknesses. I don't necessarily consider myself like a fearful person, or can be a victim or anything like that. So when I was looking at this, I was like, I don't know. Um, but kind of the desire to escape reality. Sometimes I could, I do sometimes daydream and often think that, hey, it would be great to be on a beach or something like that. Overly trusting as well. That's one of my weaknesses too. So for the most part, I feel that like it really researching it really got to, see kind of, who I am. I also saw that like Pisces, like, like being alone. I like sleeping whenever I can get sleep. And lately that's been at a premium with child, but, sleeping, I definitely like sleeping, romance, doing like little small things for my wife, so things like that. And then they really like some of the dislikes are like, I saw that like we as Pisces don't like necessarily know it alls, that people that are that just like anyone that you could have a question or talk about something, and this person will just be like, oh, actually it's this. So sometimes that does get irritating, but overall, like after doing some of the research, I thought like it hit me mostly on point. Like I said, there were a couple things that I didn't necessarily agree with at the time or by looking at it, but I think just like Nando and Jamon and you, Desmond, it really kind of like, hits me to the point.
Or at least somebody came up with these generalizations, right?
Yeah.
And was like, these are general kind of concepts and kind of ideas to touch base on a person.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, absolutely. So I know you, Blake, musical. I know that is 100% you. So the Pisces bug hits you there.
I don't know. I think on my end, I think mine is pretty accurate. Definitely slightly emotional, sensitive. Shut up, Desmond, because I already see your face. Mood definitely can be moody. From my understanding, Cancer rules off the moon, which always changes, so you never know kind of what you're gonna get with
You
me.
go from 0 to 100 real quick.
0 to 1,000
I done seen it happen
very quickly.
For Blake, Jamon, I have. For you, not necessarily, but for Blake, I have.
Nah, look, Jamon just hadn't let you see it yet.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? What? 0 to 100? I don't go real quick at all. I gradually go.
But at some point, you get there, right?
Yeah, and I hold on to it for like a day, and then it'll go away. But
yeah.
Oh yeah. Speaking of hold on to it, cancers can hold grudges for years and years and years. It could be a situation that occurred, that the other person may not even remember anymore. But
I don't know if you're helping your case here. Like you came
I'm keeping it real with you.
The first thing you said was, "I'm a bachelor status," and now you're like, "Yeah, I hold on to grudges and boom, 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 boom." I'm
hey, Blake, let them know how you are before you even get into the marriage, brother. Gotta let them know how you are, sir.
Yep.
Girls gonna stop liking the status now because you coming on here hitting them with that.
Tell them you gotta love me for it. Tell them you love you for everything.
I'm gonna stop Aquarianing.
You might meet your soulmate who's just like you, Blake.
Oh, I don't know if I want that.
I'm about to say, do you want to date him?
No.
I can tell you right now who he doesn't want to date. He doesn't want to date a Cancer. He doesn't want to date an Aries, and he doesn't want to date an Aquarius. I know that off the top of my head because he's told me.
Yeah, that's where I'm at this point.
So, ladies, if you are an Aquarius, an Aries, a Cancer, unfortunately, I hate to be the one to break it to you. You don't have a chance with Blake. I looked in the camera and said that, Blake.
You did.
Are you going to put it on the scroll bar on the bottom, Desmond?
I should.
And see the last two questions I had, you guys basically answered them already, because you talked about your wives and their signs.
I got a question though. What about the and this is to Fernando, Mike, and Fisch. My bad, it's Fernando, D, and Fisch. Are your kids close to their attitudes on their signs? Or what are their signs?
Honestly, I don't know what their signs even are. Like I said, I didn't pay any attention to it until Blake brought up the topic. So I couldn't even begin to tell you.
Jonathan is to Tanisha, a Gemini. However, based
He
on
almost a Cancer.
the new Zodiac, he would be a Cancer, technically, according to the new Zodiac, because he
I
was
guess
born on June 21st. Jackson is a true Gemini, and Aaron is a Virgo.
are they kind of close to what they say that the attitudes are?
I would say Jackson is. Jackson has a little bit of the twins in him, where he goes from overly extroverted people person. Would you say that's a Gemini, Blake? They go from one extreme to the
Yeah,
next.
they two different people. Like Alicia.
I hope she not watching.
Wow, I want to see that. Well, I want to see that. I want to see that.
Oh, let me look at the comments.
Please don't be mad at me, Tanisha.
Oh no, but no. He fits that perfectly. I think like he fits that description perfectly because he could be at a point where he's like, I want to be all about people. I want to be around people. I want people. I want people, and then go to the next extreme where it's like, I don't want to back up. I don't want to deal with you. I'm not sure about Virgos. Virgo.
either.
You say you either?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I don't know too much about Virgos, but that's what Aaron is, September 3rd. And if the definition of a Virgo is extremely extroverted, high energy, then yes, Aaron is a true Virgo.
Brooke's only 9 months old, but she's awfully chatty. I know she's a Gemini, so right now it seems like it fits her too. So, but she does kind of get into some mood. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that yeah, it's pretty spot on right now.
I just looked up Virgo. It said Virgos are usually helpful. They are the first to offer themselves to do favors, and they are very modest people. I will say that I can share this story with you all comfortably. In pre-K, Erin was coming home every day talking about this little boy in school. She was always mentioning this little boy's name. I wanted to go to the school and take that little boy's chocolate milk so bad. So we get to the school, and basically what happens is it's a parent-teachers conference. The teacher tells us, Erin is phenomenal, blah, 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 blah. They do that whole spiel. And she goes, do you all have any questions? And I go, yes. I want to know what's going on with this little boy. Why does she come home every day and say this little boy's name every single day and every 5 minutes every single day? And the teacher said, I need to let you know that this little boy comes from a family where he's one of a couple of children and he's the youngest, and he doesn't necessarily maybe get the attention that he needs at this time. And so Aaron is very helpful to him. Like, we're teaching them to be independent. We're teaching them right now how to be independent. So she was saying how she teaches them how to open. She was teaching them how to open their milks, and he was having trouble with opening his milk. And Aaron was the type. She was sitting next to this little boy, and she would reach over and she would open it for him. And so that made my heart feel good because I mean, I do feel like that does describe my daughter. She tends to be very helpful. Or tries to be helpful.
Well, she can teach me how to open up a thing of Capri Sun because I can't ever get the little straw thing to go into the pouch.
You're too strong, Jamal.
It won't do it, man. It won't do. It will not break that little hole, man.
You got to angle it.
You got
to angle it.
But when I angle it, Fish, it go right through the bag to the other end.
Capri Suns are like women. You got to.
Are you like trying to stab the Capri Sun?
Well, that's what you're trying to do. You got to do a stabbing motion, man, to get through the pouch, right?
You're going like far down there.
Am I right though? I mean, am I right, Fernando? Don't you got to hit it at the right force to puncture the little thing?
I don't know. It looks like you're trying to stab and Hulk smash it. When I do it, I'm just like,
you're using too much force.
It's like it's a simple
Huh. Okay. because it ends up going through the whole bag, and then that ruins the whole drink right there.
I have done that before, but I realized I was just doing it way too hard.
Yeah, no.
Brother said it goes through the whole bag. So you got juice all over you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then that just ruins the drink right there. You got to open it up and then just drink it like that. Then after that,
Oh man.
We do got a comment. It was probably Tanisha.
Uh-oh.
oh, get ready.
Oh,
She mad at me.
She said, my screen is behind y'all's, but Blake Underwood, you tried your good sis. Honey, I didn't say it. As a matter of fact, I defended your honor, if nothing else. I love you, boo-boo. I got a question. So anybody else got a question? Because I got a question. So based on, I guess, this concept and after researching you as an individual and whether or not you agree with it or whatever the case may be, the overarching theme kind of that I'm seeing for this particular season is this whole concept of taking care of yourself. How do you plan on taking what you learned and actually applying it to taking care of yourself? So what you've learned about yourself in researching your Zodiac, how do you plan on moving forward, taking that and maybe applying it to your everyday lives and maybe trying to take care of yourself? That's a good question. I know.
I feel like I will continue to do the same things that I have been doing to take care of myself.
Okay.
Right now, I don't think I can think of anything I can add to it or that I want to add to it. Actually, no. This is not necessarily self-care. I know I sent you what was it, a website about an electric scooter. I'm trying to get on a scooter. Gas is $10 a gallon. I'm done.
Anybody else?
I guess what it dealing with. Go ahead, Fernando.
No, go ahead.
I guess when it's you're dealing with being overly emotional. I guess I guess I could learn from it to just continue to maybe be able to open up more to people when situations call and don't I guess don't hold in so much stuff because in the long run it could hurt you. So that probably is about it for me.
Fester, which leads to ulcers, which is a stomach. And you indicated that the stomach cancers are ruled by the stomach.
Yeah, that's true. And on top of that, more stress and more of this. Gray hairs.
Fernando, you were just about to say something?
So I don't know. While researching this, I did think of things like not necessarily related to my sign that I wanted to change about myself. That being said, I've started some changes specifically in my morning routine that I think are carrying over. I know your question was specific to the Zodiac sign, but just through researching this and thinking about how I handle things and go about things, I've noticed some things that are unhealthy, both physically and mentally. And so, and in a non-direct way, my sign has helped me go on a better path, both mentally and physically.
That's what's up. I can appreciate that. Fisch?
I'll just learn from mistakes and kind of correct them that way. But no, I don't really have much to add on that.
I think for me, it's the detachment aspect. I can be very much so detached at times. I recognize that from friends, from family members. I tend to be that way. So I think in establishing healthy relationships, it's vital to not necessarily detach all the time as much as I tend to do. So I will consider myself moving in the direction of not detaching or detachment, and maybe trying to certainly work things out with individuals.
Okay.
Anything else need to be said?
I think that's all I got.
This was fun, Blake. Miss Miss Cleo, call me now.
Call me now.
Call me now. I loved it. I loved it. Shout out to all of you who thought that this episode was going to be phenomenal. I hope it did not disappoint. I had fun learning a little bit more about myself and going into extensive detail with my zodiac sign, my birth chart, and all those things. Anybody want any closing statements? Anything that needs to be said?
Hey, just remember, it's not 156, it's 256.
Facts.
Happy daylight saving time.
Yep.
So,
Change the time in your car.
yeah, change the time in your car, your microwave, on your stove.
And
Everything else is.
And in Jamal's case, your VCR.
Wow, he went there. Wow. My DVD player, sir.
Anybody else?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Well, with that being said, as always, we thank you for joining us. We'll see you maybe next week. I know we're going to be at the Lakers game on Saturday, but we'll see how everything goes. Shout out to my brothers here. Welcome back, Fisch. We love you, man. As always, it's a man's world and it's a man's rules. So that means it's our world and our rules. With that being said, I got one final thing I need to say, and I hope nobody gets mad at me. So, an Aquarius, 2 Cancers, an Aries, and a Pisces walk into a bar, right? The Aquarius said, let's start a Man's World podcast to change the world. The 2 Cancers appear nervous, but then initially agree. The Aries finds this to be the perfect time to share all that he knows. And the Pisces, well, he just happens to be a Bear fan. Good night, everybody. We'll see y'all next time. Peace, love, and blessings.